Hey bud, how are ya? My name's Jasper. Today we're going to be diving into this upper body session. Now, whether you've been following along from Hero Legend from the beginning, in which ways we're going to be building on what we were doing last week, or this is the first time you're finding me, either way, we're going to have a hell of a good time together. This is our upper body session, week 2 of this particular program iteration. So if you were here last week, you're going to be able to be building on that because the program is the same largely, apart from our wild card at the end. As far as equipment's concerned today, we're going to be using dumbbells, light through to heavy. Whatever you have access to, we're going to get the most out of it, and I'll be prompting you as to an idea of what we're going to be using when I choose my dumbbells for today. I've got everything from 5 kilos through to 30. All right, some movements are obviously going to be suited better to really light weights versus heavier weights. You're also going to see me use a couple of yoga blocks to increase range of motion on certain movements. Largely just the key press. All right, I'll talk about that when we come to it. If you don't have whether it be a bench, yoga blocks, anything that you can comfortably support your upper back on, absolutely fine. You can simply do it on the floor. Like I said, it's just that extra touch of increasing range of motion. Our session structure today, we kick off with our prime work. Now that's largely looking at joint mobility, range of motion, and getting the body ready for the work to come. We got prone press lying on the floor. All right. We're then going to be looking at a side-lying external rotation, so shoulder rotation strength with a dumbbell, and then we're going to be doing some prone Cobra extensions for the thoracic mobility there. A couple of rounds there. Then comes into the power work. So this is the second time we're doing this. We're going to be doing the Pendlay Row. So at the top of every 90-second window for 3 rounds, we're going to be doing 5 to 8 repetitions of the Pendlay Row. That's where we've got dumbbells at the floor, like we're going to do a deadlift. We explosively row them up and then pop them back down. So we reset the floor every time. The intent here is to move quickly and explosively. Because we get the 3 sets there, if you've never done Pendlay rows before, generally it's just nice to ramp things on up. But because we're resetting at the floor, you should be able to go relatively heavy here. Then comes our foundations work. Now this is an every 3-minute working window. So at the top of every 3-minute window that you're going to see on your screen, we're going to do Bradford Press, which involves shoulder press from the front of the body. We imagine we're pressing over the head, the shoulders turn, and then we press just behind the head. So you can see there the shoulder range of motion just alters as we're pressing up and over the head. You don't have to fully lock the arms out. This is really challenging. 1 rep counts as those 2 positions. So it does get taxing quickly. You don't need heavy weights to get the most out of this, but because we got the 4 sets, you'll have a chance to sort of trial and error this. Starting nice and light, nailing your form for like 6 to 8 reps there, maximum 10, I would say, and then we can build as we go. I don't think I increased the weight last time. I might have done 1 set with 20 kilos. That's right, I did. So today I'll just see if I can do a little bit better there than last time. We're partnering that up with a trap 3 raise, where you're going to want something really, really light. Whether you're in a bent over position, I'm going to be sat here on the chair, rising the arms up in a Y shape and controlling on down. Small muscles working for us there in a disadvantaged position, so you do not need a lot of weight. Looking to get 8 to 12 reps there. We do that 4 times through, resting whatever's left over in the 3-minute window. It's a nice structure. We then come into our Fortify section. Now these are just longer work sets, more time under tension there. 60 seconds of work, 30 seconds rest. We do that for 2 sets. Today is the key press. Whether you're on the floor or slightly elevated like I'm going to be with the yoga block, we're doing a rotating press. So you're simply controlling the dumbbells down. As I'm doing so, I'm turning them so that the palms are facing completely up and towards me at the bottom. All right, just exploring a slightly different range of motion for the shoulder, a deeper position more than likely, depending on your setup. And we're partnering that up with a side plank power raise. Now we can be on the knee there. Again, really light dumbbell, probably the same thing you're doing the trap 3 raise for, keeping the arm straight, controlling it slowly to the floor. Now we don't want the side plank to be the limiting factor there, so whether you just lie on your side, you lie on the couch or a bench, you do a kneeling plank, or perhaps you even go to the full side plank. I'll try doing my first sets there with the full side plank, but if I have to, I'll drop down to the knee to allow me to carry on working the target muscles. That's an important distinction. So use a setup that works best for your abilities. And then our wild card today, where we're basically going for some isolation work here. It's just going to be a 1 and done set, but that is an all-out set for these muscle groups. We're really toasting them. We're going to be doing a 3-position bicep curl, which you might have done with me before, where we go pronated, which is the hardest position there with our dumbbells. Just grabbing something sort of light to medium. We do as many reps as we can to failure of that. Take a couple of seconds, then we turn the palms up to failure there, and then into a hammer position, neutral position there for as many reps as we can. I want you to go all out there because you're only doing it once. Then comes into the Skullcrusher to press. Now, we played with this last week, but I want us to just push that on a little bit further in terms of the challenge, whereby we're going to be doing Skullcrushers with our sort of medium dumbbells. When you can no longer do the press up on the Skullcrusher, you drop it down into the press. Last week we just did Skullcrusher to press. This time we're doing Skullcrusher eccentric when we fail into the press. So when I can no longer do that anymore, I just lower it into the Skullcrusher and then bring it closer with the press. Reset, Skullcrusher, lower, reset with the press. All right, just allows us to push beyond muscular failure there. And then we've got the laterals to upright row. So lateral raise, and then when we can't do lateral raise anymore, we bend the arms close to the body. The upper arm is still in that same position, but we're basically doing that sort of upright row. One all-out set across those 3 positions. 8-minute time cap is loads of time, and then we'll move on to some stretches to cool down. Looking forward to it. Upper body session's always a good time. Let's dive on in, my friend. Okay, let's party. Prone press. So I want you to imagine that we're going to be holding like a stick behind our head. We're going to be lying down on the floor. So I'm basically just going to make those knuckles forward. Rest your head on your mat. And from here, I keep my arms pulled as high as I can away from the ground. I press overhead like I'm doing Superman. Try to lock the elbows out whilst keeping the arms far away from the floor. And then scrape your knuckles and your elbows along that imaginary ceiling until we get as low as we can behind the head. Rinse, repeat, slowly, with as much tension as you can.
Halfway there.
Should feel that sort of deep inside that shoulder capsule. Surprisingly tough just with your arms, am I right?
10 seconds. Rest.
Lovely. Now, for the sake of ergonomics, we're going to stay down here because we're going to be doing some Cobra extensions, and then we'll have a look at those side-lying shoulder rotations. So in the same position, I'm then going to pop my palms face down by my pockets, keep the lower body to the floor, and then I want you to think about extending up through the upper back, squeezing hard, a little bit of a pause, and then we're going to control down. Tap the forehead on the mat gently, and go again. Rippling up through those middle up vertebrae.
Halfway there.
Squeeze, control down.
Seconds.
I'll do one more here.
Rest.
Okay. Now I'm going to come into that side-lying dumbbell rotation. So I'm going to grab my 5 kilo here. You're going to want something light. We get 2 sets here, so if you find that you've gone too light, we can always adjust. Elbow on the hip bone.
Round 3.
Arm at 90 degrees, and we're just going to control down slowly. And then open out with confidence. What's great about working these kind of movements into your usual routine is we're just ticking off the stuff that's often neglected. The sort of thing that when you injure your shoulders, that physiotherapist will give you, but not us. We want to strength train everything, get everything feeling strong from the inside out.
Rest.
Cool, we're going to trade sides. It's good and gusty up here, so I do apologize for the fact that that never sounds very good on a microphone.
Round 4.
But, you know, nothing can stop this party, more or less. As much as I'm not looking forward to the winter months, we shall prevail.
Halfway there. 10 seconds. Rest.
And we'll transition now back from the top to our prone press. Alrighty. Imaginary bars at the back.
Round 5.
And let's go.
Halfway there. Seconds. Rest.
Okay. Cobra extensions.
Round 6. Halfway there. Seconds. Rest.
No, I don't have anything in between my 5s and the 12.5s. 12.5 will be too heavy for this, at least for the whole set, but I'm going to try it and then I can drop down.
Round 7.
Nope. I take it back. I cannot try it. I think it's time to get some in-between dumbbells.
Halfway there. Seconds. Rest.
All right, last one, and then we'll talk shop about power. Power. Oh.
Last round. Halfway there. Seconds. Rest.
Awesome. Now, if you did Pendlays last week with me, I would pick up what feels like your sort of middle dumbbell there, certainly as sort of a prime set here, just to get a feel for things.
Rest.
We are going to be doing this 3 times. You'll have plenty of rest. 5 to 8 reps is probably going to be the sweet spot. Again, it's not about getting tired or taking those muscles to failure. We are looking to move weight quickly and explosively. Now, depending on how comfortable you feel in that position, it might be nice for you to elevate the dumbbells up on some cushions or something. Otherwise, when you see me set it up, because this is low compared to, say, how we might do a barbell in the gym, I'm gonna hold my dumbbells like that. So just tilting them so it raises it up a little bit, exploding to the ribs, coming back down. 15 seconds, and then we'll get our first one underway. I'm starting heavy, I'm confident here. This is kind of what I use. It's not kind of what I used, it's exactly what I used last week. So let's start.
Let's go.
That was my 8. That felt good. Not super easy at all, but good. And lots of rest just to share this nice awkward silence together. Let me get my bench out ready for afterwards. So how are you? How's your week? Hey? What's been going on? I want to know about it.
Halfway there.
Oh yeah, I can't hear you. Sorry about that. But do let me know. Drop me some comments, my mans and my girls and my in-betweens, whatever. How's it all going? Tough to have a conversation with this wind. Whoa. Okay, coming into set 2 of 3 here. If you haven't already, get those challenging weights out and let's rock and roll.
Round 2.
Jolly Japersons. Oh my god. Right. So I was thinking, we've got 3 weeks left. Week 10, week 11, week 12 of this program. And it's been a lot. Obviously only 3 sessions a week, but
Halfway there.
they're big, juicy sessions, are they not? Have you been thinking much about what you'd like to see next? I will say, with the madness that is my life right now, in all the best of ways, just extremely busy, I'll be dropping down to do, I'm thinking 30-minute sessions, but like, I say more frequent, trying to stick to like 3 a week.
10 seconds.
But breaking down body parts, so we'll do like arms and abs, quads, chest, shoulders, things like that.
Round 3.
All right, last one. Stop gabbing. Hiya. Oh, nice. All right, we got a couple minutes off here. I'm going to be going for 12.5s for my opening set of Bradford Press. Bradford Press being sort of neutral position here, palms facing in. I'm going to press up until I clear the head, open out into this tougher position. Arms, or sort of dumbbells touching that shoulder behind the neck position. Like you're holding, imagine you're holding a bar and we just got to move it around the head. 8 touches per side is what I'm going to go for. And see if I can basically do a couple of sets with the 20 kilos here. It's a big jump. Normally would go smaller there. And I think I did 5 reps a side with that last time. Really tough. And then we'll be doing the trap 3 raise. If you want to do it bent over like you just did with the Pendlay Row, that's fine. I'm going to do it sat here, keeping the chest long, holding the dumbbells here, rising confidently into the Y shape as high as you can get them, and then coming down. Try not to let the elbows bend, or at least not bend too much, so you're like throwing things. Up, slow. I'd rather see you go really light and be able to keep the arm straight and control it down. Yeah, that's us. We'll be doing those, and then we'll probably get a minute or so of rest, probably a bit more, in between those sets. What were you saying? Yeah! I love having a frequent upload schedule. Aiming for shorter workouts will just mean that I'll be able to get those in more reliably. And then we can even think about if we want to do another illustrious series together. I like arranging things in a series, so even if we just did this, like, whatever we'd call it, but these nice sort of 30-minute sessions, so the time strapped amongst us can still get some good strength work in. That's what I've been thinking, but I'd love to hear from you. Right, Ed.
Let's go.
So, I press up, over the head, rotate round, rinse, repeat. I mean, it's hard enough with those weights. Okay. I think 10 reps for me here is tough. It's a sweet spot with the weights. I'll see how we get on. Slow as much as we can to a degree on the way down.
Halfway there.
10. What have we got there? Minute 20 left. Lovely. Okay. I'm going to try the 20s whilst I'm at my freshest here. And I'll probably we'll just see if I can do more than I did last time, which I said I think is 5. So maybe aim for 6 or 7 per side. And then probably drop back to the 12.5s for some longer sets. Right, what were we saying? Yes. What's coming next for the channel? Yeah. I love being able to prioritize this, and as my online coaching has started to ramp up a lot, which is really, really cool, because it essentially affords me, if I want to, I can pull back my in-gym sessions, just stick to the ones I really like doing, in essence, which is pretty much there. I love everyone I work with. The schedule's really good. There's just a lot to get in with family life and everything, so the dream edges ever closer to find that balance that I really enjoy and feels creatively really fulfilling. So yeah, but I love having your input as to what you like the most.
Round 2.
Oh my god, here we go. Hey. Nope. Damn. Just 6 aside for me there. yeah. Oh, good. Such a nice combo. Tough.
Halfway there.
Tough. Oof. Yes. So. Yeah. Cool. It's funny, people keep asking me in the gym about the whole YouTube thing. I was like, you should try this, you should do this, and da-da-da. I'm like, what I find really important in whatever you're doing in life, right, is to don't lose sight of why you're doing it in the first place. And naturally, that's super easy to do in the online space, or certainly if you're trying to like create content. Because unfortunately, the things that are going to get the most clicks or whatever, which is an important part of the game, you know, I could do a pointing to my arm and be like, burn this in 6 minutes. And people have built empires off of that kind of nonsense. But that's not why we're here. Of course it's not. And I still hold the belief. And you guys have helped me believe that belief. That you can do both. It might be slower, but we can spread the message of really great training that makes you feel good, ticks all the boxes, is an enjoyable experience, without all the BS. But this is going to take a while
10 seconds.
because I'm not befriending the algorithm. Okay.
Round 3.
Pop. Smoky Joe's. Okay. Halfway there. I've been so self-absorbed talking about myself, I don't know where we are. We got 1 set to go. Okay. Okay. My oblique's still sore from those. What are we doing? Copenhagen planks in our full body session. Okay. Thought I'd give you a break there from all the
10 seconds.
thoughts bouncing around my brain. Let's push. If you haven't been pushing already, let's push this set to form failure. Maybe 7 or 8 reps for me. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Halfway there.
Super tough. Someone's burning their toast. I believe. All right, loads of time here. So the key press, like a traditional dumbbell press, except as we're coming down, we're also rotating, so that we finish in this position. All right, very similar to here. You'll just probably find you can get a little bit lower. If you're elevating your upper back on a surface, then you'll be able to get lower, which is nice for a good stretch, better stimulus through the muscles that we're after, chest, front shoulder, front delt. But if not, you can do it on the floor, absolutely fine. We work with what we've got with our limited equipment.
Rest.
Just 2 sets here, 60 seconds is a long set. So if you did this last week, I would take your best weight from last week and come out swinging here. We're hot, we're warm. That doesn't make any sense, does it? We're hot, we're warm. I just mean, we're warm. We don't need to ease into things here within reason. Let's get a hard set out the gate, because we're only doing 2 of them. Even if you can't make it to 60 seconds, that's cool. That's cool. And then comes that grueling Powell raise that you can do lying on your side, kneeling side plank, full side plank. But consider that a side quest. When we're working that one, we're really looking at the rear delt, mid upper back, scapula, dingly dells.
10 seconds.
Oh God, don't blow away.
Let's go.
Slow and smooth, rotaty, reach the chest to the sky, and away.
Halfway there. Rest.
Good grief, this wind. Right, I'm going to go with 5 kilos here for my Powell raise. I will try with a full side plank, but I'll probably drop to a kneeling one because it's 60 seconds. It's a long ass time.
Round 2.
So keep the arm long and think about reaching away as you're controlling it down. Bit of a stretch in the upper back. Go.
Halfway there.
Oh.
10 seconds.
Oh.
Rest.
I honestly can't believe I did the whole thing. How delightful. For the record, I hope you don't mind me sharing my stream of consciousness around the behind the scenes of making all this stuff. I find it interesting and I love your collaboration. Please don't ever take it as me whinging. I'm not whinging, I'm just maybe a little impatient and ambitious.
Round 3.
And equal parts frustrated by the nonsense that gets perpetuated in the fitness industry.
Halfway there. Seconds.
Go!
Rest.
Thank God. Cool, one more set. Ooh, no. Look at this. All part of the fun. Oh, I'm toast. Absolutely toast.
Rest.
Okay. Last one here. I'm gonna go kneeling.
Round 5. Halfway there. 10 seconds. Rest.
Uh-huh. Last round. Come on, wind. If you take my camera, the whole show is over. Well done, camera. I appreciate you.
Halfway there. Seconds.
Ooh.
Rest.
Oh. Goodness. All right, 90 seconds until we kick off the wild card, which in this instance will be something to absolutely destroy the biceps, triceps, and side delts. Get those summer arms just in time for winter. So, 3-position bicep curl. Might have done this with me before. I'm going to take my 12.5s, so something not too light so it doesn't take forever. Hopefully get 8 to 10 pronated, so keep the elbows tight. Do your best there. That's a tough range of motion in a tough position. Palms up, and then palms facing in towards each other. So it's generally an order of how tough each position is as we fatigue the hell out of those muscles. So by the end of that hammer curl, probably won't be many left, but you'll still be able to carry on. Then the Skullcrusher eccentric to press kind of situation. We're going to be lying on the floor, tricep isolation. You could face your arms into each other like hammer grip. You could do them away. We do as many as we can, and then when we can't do it anymore, we still control it down because you'll be able to maintain eccentric strength. Drop them to the chest press. Control down, drop them to the chest press until you're just totally fried. And then laterals to upright row. Coolio.
Let's go.
Now I'm doing palms up. Okay, into hammers. Okay, done. Right, so I'm going to do as many of these as I can do. The full concentric, eccentric, then eccentric only to close grip concentric. Don't worry if that doesn't make any sense, just follow along. Slow and smooth into your deepest elbow bend. Let's go. Nearly there. Okay, now I'm going to go eccentric, roll them down into the press. Eccentric, down into the press. Oh God, it burns so much. Whee! I did all I could there. It's just war. I did all I could. Okay. Loads of time here for myself, so just gonna take a little bit of rest so that I can push it on the lateral raises. That sounds good. 12.5. Well, it's just a little heavy on the lateral raise, but even if I just did like 6, cool. I might do some that are slightly reduced range of motion and then go into the upright row. Sizzle my sticks. Wow. Okay. Yes. Okay, now I'm going to bend the elbow, keep the dumbbells close to the body, surf them up. Ooh. Nope. Juicy jams and jellies. That was a fun time. Cool. Listen, I'm going to gently mosey, because I know you might still be working. I'm going to gently mosey into some stretches. Oh. Usual stuff. I'm going to stick to 5 slow inhales and exhales. We're going to go with puppy dog first. I'm going to elevate my hands in this instance just on the heads of those dumbbells, but keep the bum really nice and high. Dropping chest towards floor, keeping the chin up and extended. Oh. Now I'm going to come into upper back. Thread the needle, nice accessible position. So I'm going to reach one hand forward, knuckles down on the other. Go as far under as I can, and then just put my weight on that position. And can look through at that hand. Rotating to the other side. Oh, yeah. And you know I love to spam you with this, but it's just because it tends to be the weakest one for all of us. Is shoulder extension. So keep your hands a challenging width apart, but if they need to drift out, that's okay too. And just walk them away till you feel a meaningful stretch, but no pain. And then what we can play with is opening the chest a little bit, like you're trying to pull your shoulder blades back together behind you, and just find a sweet spot within that sort of framework. Oh, yes. Good. Definitely my favorite session, that one. Who am I kidding? Yeah, cool. Ping me a line if you want to catch up about anything, all things health and fitness. Let me know if you're new around here, if you just found the chan. And I'll be seeing you in a couple of days, hopefully, for our lower body session.